Hello everyone, it's me, Big Gay Steve. Welcome to my cooking channel. I want to make y'all something that my grandmother used to make all the time for breakfast. Okay, she was from Florida, Tampa area, but she moved to California and lived out there most of her life. But in her younger years, she lived in Florida, so she loved stewed tomatoes with grits. And sometimes she'd put shrimp in it too. So I'm going to show you how she made that and how she ate that and all that. Anyways, our breakfast favorite. So give it a watch. You're going to love this one, girl. All right, to make this dish, all we're going to need is some grits. Don't get the instant grits, girl. Get the quick grits, 5-minute grits. And you're going to need some black pepper, some Old Bay, some parsley, can of stewed tomatoes, a little bit of shrimp, and 1 slice of bacon, okay? Now, you don't necessarily have to put Old Bay in it if you don't have it. Just whatever seasoning you got, little garlic, salt and pepper will be fine, okay? So we're heating up 2 cups of water. I got a 1/2 cup of grits here. I'm gonna do 2 cups of water. Just follow the directions for the grits on the box. So that's real simple. Just follow those directions, then I'll show you how to make the sauce that goes on it, girl. All right, now that we got our water briskly boiling, we're gonna take our grits and we're gonna slowly stir them in here. I already put some salt in here, about a little less than 1/4 teaspoon. You could always add salt, but while it's briskly boiling, you're gonna slowly pour your grits in there and whisk it in, okay? This is how you make it right. Okay, got them in there. Stir it real good. Okay. Now you're going to turn your fire down to a medium low, which on my stove is about 4. Cover it, and we're going to cook it about 5 to 7 minutes, okay? All right, our grits have been cooking about 7 minutes. Let's see how they're doing. They're a little watery, a little bit sticking on the bottom. I think my stove is a little too high. I'm gonna turn it down a low. Well, after you stir them, they're all right. So that's what they needed. So I'm gonna pull them off the fire. You're always gonna have a little bit of them stick to the bottom. That's no big deal. So what I like to do when they're done, I just throw a pat of butter on top of them, cover them up, and move them off the fire, okay? Then we'll get started on the sauce that goes in there. And it will sometimes boil over a little bit. Mine did. I had to kind of control the fire, take the lid off. Don't just throw them on the stove and walk away, girl, because it will overflow sometime. All right, let's start making this sauce. Okay, now I poured my stewed tomatoes in a bowl, and you see how they're still kind of chunky? Stewed tomatoes are like that. I think you can buy the crushed stewed tomatoes. I don't know. But I just take me a whisk or something and just squish them and break them up into smaller pieces before we do this, okay? You want to get it broke up. Unless you can find stewed tomatoes that are like chopped. I probably should have looked for that, girl, but anyway. So you want to chop them up in smaller pieces first. Okay, I mashed them up, but they're a little bit smaller, okay? There's going to be chunks. That's stewed tomatoes. That's the way it's supposed to be. But the good thing to sift through there is like, look at there, girl. I found a piece of stem in there from the factory. So yeah, you might want to just look through it a little bit, make sure there's no stems or anything there you don't want, okay? All right, let's get started. All right, first thing we're going to do to make up the sauce, after we broke up our tomatoes, we're going to add 1 slice of bacon. Thick slice. If you don't have a thick slice bacon, you might want to use 2 slices of bacon. We're just going to render the grease off of here and get it browned up. We'll come back. All right, now that we got our bacon kind of crisped up there and the grease rendered off of it, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the shrimp in there, and I already hit the shrimp with a little bit of that Old Bay, okay? Just put a little bit of that Old Bay on there. Just kind of stir your shrimp up in there. I'm cooking this on about a medium heat. Okay. Just till your shrimp kind of get a little pink looking. Some of these shrimp I left whole, some of them I cut in half. So I just want to put a little brown on them, okay? And then we're going to toss in our other stuff. Okay, we'll come right. All right, now that we got our shrimp browned up just a little bit, we're going to go ahead and pour in our stewed tomatoes, okay? We'll stir it up, okay? And then you want to turn your fire up a little bit. I'm going to go up to about 6. You want to get these tomatoes boiling. And we're going to cook it for maybe about 5 minutes just to get them nice and hot and boiling. Cover them up. We'll be right back. Forgot, girl. Gotta add some seasoning to it. I just hit it with a little bit of parsley, maybe. Put a little parsley flakes in there. Forgot about the seasoning, girl. What kind of chef are you? Big HD. Little black pepper. And that Old Bay. And like I said, if you don't have the Old Bay, it's fine. Just put some garlic and salt, something in there. But since I'm putting the shrimp in it. Now, my grandmother, when she would eat this, sometimes she would not put shrimp in hers. So you wouldn't need the Old Bay if you didn't put shrimp. You can just make this without the shrimp. Just omit the shrimp and it's still delicious on top of grits, I'm telling you. Okay? All right, so we're starting to boil up. Okay. Now we're gonna cover it and cook it about 5 minutes. It's done, girl. Smells unbelievable. So good. Our grits are looking good with the butter. Okay. So let's plate it up. Let's plate it up. Give it a taste. And there it is, girl. Stewed tomatoes and shrimp grits. Okay. Oh my God, I can't wait to taste this, girl. It looks so good. Shoot. All right, girl, let's try it. Isn't it pretty? Hell yeah. Let's give it a taste, all right? Let's get one of these shrimps. Let's get some of this buttery grits. I added a little more salt and pepper to the grits once they were on the plate. Okay. Hot, steamy. Let's give it a taste. Reminds me of my grandmother. My grandmother used to eat this for breakfast. It was a Florida thing. She would have a couple fried eggs with it. Usually a piece of fried fish, cold from the refrigerator, left over from last night's fish fry. Grits and stewed tomatoes with shrimp. I guess that's what I'm gonna call it. I don't know what she just called it. Grits and tomatoes. Wonderful. Let's get another one of them shrimps. Telling you. And like I said, if you don't like shrimp, leave the shrimp out. Just the stewed tomatoes with the bacon, salt, pepper, garlic on the grits, girl. Awesome. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, girl. I'm about to fire up the pit. I'm gonna make some barbecue. If this rain cloud don't carry me away outside, it's getting pretty dark. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Bye.